If you've been thinking about getting a dog for your family, you might be wondering whether Shibas actually make good pets. In this video, we'll answer just that. Shibas are a bit of a mixed bag in the sense that they're kind of a walking contradiction. They're loyal but also aloof, loving but not overly affectionate, playful but dignified, and good-natured but can also be aggressive. Shibas truly possess a unique, rich, and complex personality that one has to consider when bringing them into a family. So let's first talk about the 5 advantages of owning a Shiba as a family pet. The first advantage is that they have a really special kind of loyalty towards their owners. Pretty much every dog is loyal, but there's something about a Shiba's loyalty that's just a little more special because it has to be earned by them learning to trust and respect you. But once it's established, it's truly so sweet to see how much such a dignified and reserved dog comes to need you and truly can't live without you. This makes them an amazing pet to share within a family household. The second advantage is that they're really entertaining. They have such funny personalities that they're completely shameless about. Tadashi, for instance, will bring our house slipper when we come home, but also growl at us when he thinks we're about to take his treat. He won't give up our other dog's bigger bed, even though his is right next to it, and he knows that she wants him to move. And when he's outside, he's nothing but pure instinct, and his prey drive will kick into high gear at a moment's notice. There's truly never a dull moment when it comes to a Shiba, and this can be great for unifying a family and providing regular entertainment. The third advantage is that they're adaptable to different living situations, including apartments and smaller homes. Whereas raising a bigger dog like a German Shepherd or Siberian Husky will be a lot more difficult in these smaller environments, Shibas get by quite well even in less spacious areas. They have the energy and spirit of a bigger dog, but in a compact size, which makes them really convenient if you don't have much space. The fourth advantage is that they're naturally very clean dogs. They don't have that typical dog odor and don't need to be bathed more than twice a year, which is pretty incredible considering a lot of dogs can barely go 2 weeks without starting to stink. Their low grooming needs can make them more manageable for busy families who don't have a lot of time to bathe their dogs or take them to get washed. Keep in mind though that on the other side, they do shed a lot, and that does require nearly daily cleaning in the form of sweeping or vacuuming to keep up with. The fifth advantage is that they are generally really quiet dogs. They do have that infamous Shiba scream, but in general, Shibas are very calm and collected. This can be a big advantage for a family who doesn't want a constantly barking pet. Now, let's get real and talk about the 5 disadvantages of owning a Shiba as a family pet. The first disadvantage is that they are active and need a lot of exercise to be healthy and content. This is the case for most dogs, but with Shibas in particular, they can also become very destructive if you leave them bored and unstimulated for too long. Making sure that Tadashi has plenty of time to smell his surroundings on his walks does wonders for his easy and mellow state when back home. For a busy household who doesn't have much time to walk their dogs, the Shiba may not be able to really thrive. So it's something to consider if you prefer a more lower maintenance dog in that respect. The second disadvantage is the Shiba's independent mind. Even if a Shiba loves you and respects you and doesn't necessarily even want to disobey you, he will still do his own thing if that's what he wants to do. Although they are intelligent, sometimes it feels like they're not just because they act like they don't understand you. But I guess that makes them even more intelligent, the fact that they know what you want them to do, but they just choose not to do it and even pretend to not hear you even if they absolutely do. Although it is funny sometimes, other times it is kind of frustrating and can make them overall more difficult to train than other breeds. So it is something to keep in mind if you have a family that already has a lot going on and not much time to devote to consistent training. The third disadvantage is that Shibas have an extremely strong prey instinct. They were originally bred to hunt small game like squirrels and rabbits, and this drive is still very much alive in them today. That means that if you have other animals in the house, like a cat or a smaller dog, their instincts might be triggered to chase after them. If properly socialized, they can be okay, but it is something to keep in mind that you just don't know until you bring them together. On top of that, because of their strong prey instinct, they almost never can be walked off leash. All it takes is one furry little thing scurrying around to catch their eye, and they will be near impossible to get back. And it's really not their fault, it's just in their genes. The fourth disadvantage is that they can be aggressive with other dogs. Tadashi grew up with our other dog Sada, so he respects her and gets along with her. But with other friends' dogs, there was just no way for them to coexist because he would not stop aggressively barking at them. We still haven't figured out what exactly triggers him with some dogs and not so much with others. But the fact that we don't know is what makes it difficult. So we just tend to keep him to himself and not let him interact with other dogs. If your family would prefer a dog that you just don't really have to worry about and in general gets along really well with other dogs, then a Shiba may not be the best choice for you. The fifth disadvantage is that Shibas may not be the most suitable dog for families with young children. Older children who have grown up with the Shiba can definitely form a close bond, provided that they've been taught how to behave and properly interact and interpret the body language of the very dignified and slightly aloof Shiba. However, younger children who are still actively exploring the world and can't necessarily be taught how to behave may push a Shiba's buttons inadvertently. Shibas are loving in their own way, but they're not the world's most forgiving and affectionate breed. Most Shibas just won't be okay with innocent but still invasive behavior like fingers in their nose, hair pulling, or ear or tail grabbing. Although some Shibas will be very patient and forgiving with small children, there's just always the risk of injury to either the dog or the child. It goes without saying, but children should always be closely supervised when interacting with any dog, regardless of the breed. So, are Shibas good family pets? They definitely can be, but only for the right family who is willing to accept their unique needs and personalities. While they may not be as affectionate or easy to train as other dogs, they are loving and loyal in their own special way, and for a lot of people, this special Shiba love is totally worth it. However, the truth is that they may not be the best fit for every family. You have to know yourselves and be aware of what you're getting yourselves into in order to be a truly responsible dog owner, especially for a dog like a Shiba. But I do guarantee that if you do commit to giving them the boundaries they need, accepting their social quirks, and teaching your children how to behave around them, you will find yourself with a seriously special companion for you and your family.